The era of book burning is back. Everything from Tom Cotton's op-ed in the New York Times to prestigious editors from Bon Appetit to the New York Times itself. But something weird that's also being ousted in the mix? Gone with the Wind, the seminal classic and once a record-holding Oscar winner. HBO Max decided to pull the film from the new streaming service until they would later re-add it, but this time with a warning to provide historical context. Now, it's true. Gone with the Wind is a relic of a racist past. Even from when it was filmed, it was reflective of racist norms. And that's precisely why we shouldn't deplatform it. It's one thing if HBO wants to add some more context. We should all be studying more history, especially in this very complicated moment. But the illiberal left was keen to see it go away for good. And they were wrong to, because it's understanding the history behind not just the story that it's telling, but the making of the film itself that makes it so valuable to progress. Let's start with just the actors. Henry McDaniel was born a slave. His daughter Hattie died the first Black American to ever win an Oscar. She beat her castmate Olivia de Havilland for the Best Supporting Actress role within the film. It wasn't straightforward for Hattie McDaniel. The role of Mammy was arguably a one-dimensional character, and McDaniel had already been typecast in the industry as a maid. McDaniel's performance alone marked a victory for racial progress, but what went on behind the scenes was just as important. The set dealt with its own racial tensions. The NAACP had to lobby to remove scenes that were sympathetic to lynching in the KKK, but they largely succeeded. Then when the film was being rolled out, the producers and the selling team had to decide how they were going to market it. At the Atlanta premiere, segregation laws prevented McDaniel from even attending, and Clark Gable, who was a close personal friend of hers, and the actor who played Rhett Butler, threatened not to attend. McDaniel eventually convinced him to go. By the time the Los Angeles premiere rolled around, McDaniel was made center stage in the marketing and in the promotional material. Then, of course, came those famed Oscars. McDaniel wasn't allowed to sit with her white co-stars, even though she was a winner at the event. But she showed up in a blue gown with white gardenias in her hair. 60 years later, when Monique won for her role in Precious, she took to the stage, also in a blue gown with white gardenias in her hair. And she said, "I want to thank Miss McDaniel for enduring all that she did so that I don't have to." We shouldn't try and turn away from the messy, momentous legacy of Gone with the Wind. We should try to understand it. The left doesn't want you to watch it, but we should all be paying attention and learning.